Welcome to Send Dudes, Masculine Sage. Thanks for coming here.
All right. Hey, man, it's great to be back on the podcast.
This is gonna be hella energetic, man.
I'm very excited, to talk on this thing. It's always fun to talk about simping and how not to be a simp.
Oh man. So, gentlemen, today's topic is a true epidemic in India. It's called simping. What can I say, man? Simping is such a horrible disease. It has taken an entire generation with it.
Probably a mental disorder, and it is not
Exactly.
only limited to India. It is only imagine about any place, and you will find simps there.
That's true. There are simps everywhere. People will think that simps are men, so men are to be blamed, but I think men are not 100% responsible for simping, not gonna lie. There's a thought factor because
I believe that the ace of living, which has affected men to not work hard and not achieve something strong or solid in their life, has resulted men to turn into simps to get that female attention which they need.
that is one important point. You can say that it is due to, of course, declining testosterone. Simping is a direct impact of low testosterone. There's no high testosterone simp. This shit doesn't exist.
I believe there is an exception to this. See, I have seen a lot of jagged dudes who are on artificial testosterone, which they are
TRT.
getting from and I have seen some of them even simping harder because they are more attracted towards women due to high sexual drive, and then they can't get women, so they simp a lot.
That does make sense because there is one point when you have very low testosterone, you have no drive, you have nothing to back. If you are in a level playing field with other competent men, then you have nothing to offer if you have low testosterone. So that's why, simp turns to the act of niceness. That since I have nothing to offer, I will offer everything I have remaining. That is niceness. Whatever you want, I'll give you. This is the basic simp psychology. But the
Very
point
true.
you're putting up, it's legit. I'd say, before the conversation, we were talking about the effects of Shilajit. You're horny 24/7. So, if you're horny 24/7, you need a channel. If you're not channeling that energy to productivity, of course you're gonna end up simping.
Yeah, very true. They don't have anything to offer in return, and this results
Yeah.
them to offer whatever they have.
The every last bit of self-respect.
It usually costs them their self-respect and probably the respect of their families too. I have seen many people demeaning their own fathers for just to impress the girl or something.
That's horrible.
See, what happens is that most of the time, if a woman says that your family or your background or the place where you come from is very traditional, or I would say in a negative sense, they don't do this, they are patriarchal or whatever and whatever. So basically what the simp does is that he tries to take the side of the girl just to impress her and starts throwing bullshit or talking bullshit about his own people.
Yeah, I've seen that a lot of times. You can say that the similar shit is happening with male feminists. What are male feminists? The people who have sided with women, sided with the, let's say, liberal women in every context, that whatever they are saying is right. Men are dogs. Yes, I am a dog. These kind of people. So they've based their entire personality around this hypothetical concept of feminism.
In my opinion, what male feminists are. See, when it comes to war, there are always some cowards who are always willing to change sides in the at the starting of the war, just because they think that they are on the losing side, and then when the war ends, they are treated like peasants, or probably they are crucified or something. They are punished in some way. So such are same is the case with male feminists. They just want to get laid.
In this similar context, you can understand the entire core of intergender dynamics. As you said about war and winning, men want their team to win. Women want to be on the winning team.
Very true.
Isn't it? And if a man wants to be on a winning team instead of him wanting his own team to win, how is that man any different from a woman except hardware?
See, we can conclude it in having dicks doesn't makes you a man.
Yeah.
You need a lot more stuff happening within inside your head, and that it is a mental model. which you should create. Like if a boy wants to be a man, then he first needs to understand what is a man and then work on that specific program which he has created in his head.
Yeah. The title of man, it is not something that is passed to the next generation. It is something that you have to earn. Okay, I've seen the demographics. Most of our audience is college going people. So in your college, how many males have you seen? As soon as you are around them, you feel like you are under a masculine influence. This guy is radiating masculine energy. I'll be honest, I have seen none. I'm pretty sure if someone has, it will be, you can count it on your fingers. It's negligible.
Like when I was in college, like the thing was with me was like there were 3 guys and like I was one of them. So basically there were 2 other guys whom I can say like these guys are like potential threat to me, like as competition. Like these are the males I need to watch on or they'll outperform me in some way. And then rest everyone was like just a mere joke. Like I don't consider them, I don't even take them seriously. Like alright, like do whatever you want to do.
Yeah, there's this bro code. There's this G code. I don't know if it's a thing.
Yeah,
you know,
I think
Tate used to tell something about this, that if you're entering a closed space, for example a bar, and you know you're a tough guy, you're a G, and there's another G in the room. So first off, you'll get a G nod. You both will nod while looking at each other. So that will be like truce, peace. I'm not gonna mess with you, you're not gonna mess with me, because these are the only 2 potential threats in the entire bar. Everyone else, nobody cares. This is a similar thing that's happening in your instance, right? Like you 3 guys. Other than you 3, no one counts.
Yeah, like this was very normal. Like whenever you go or meet somewhere, be it in the canteen or in the classes, the first thing you do is like make eye contact with those 2 specific guys. And you actually value their opinion. You want to listen to them. And like when they speak, you consider their opinions. And when everyone else speaks, like you are like, just like let their words fly in the air or whatever, wherever they want to go. Like you don't just pay attention.
100%. I felt it. I know exactly what you're talking about. These are the people you should surround yourself with, in my opinion.
Yeah. Also, I would like to mention there is a very good thing about that one man, like out of the 3. Like he started with a like very soft guy as his friend. Alright. And I don't know what he saw in him. Like he started mentoring him, and in the last year, like after 4 years, when we left the college, like that guy has turned into an absolute G. Like, you know, like in 1 or 2 years, he will be like very close to the man who mentored him. Like, so like if he continue to study in that class, then after 2 years, there will be 4 men. Which will that be like that guy who got mentored by the 3rd man?
Yeah, I honestly believe that it is very possible to, completely flip your life around in, I think, let's say 1 year. 1 year is more than enough to completely flip your life around.
Yeah, considering that you have the right people around you.
Oh yes, because 1 year is enough to completely destroy your life as well. I should be talking about both the sides.
Yeah, even it is like more than enough. You just need one bad decision and you are fucked for life.
Absolutely, man. It's a downward spiral. It's not the similar case with the upward spiral. There's no upward spiral that you went on and everything around you is happening good. Everything around you is going badly. This happens, but it's not the other way around, because you have to be very conscious of every decision that you are making while going up, because everyone wants you down. So going down is easy. No one wants you to go up. Going up is hard.
Yeah, and nobody wants more competition. Like people already have enough competition. So, and if you wanna be in something which is close to upward spiral, then you need to make constant efforts to make it go towards up. Like you need to do actual work if you want to go up. Like if you'll just show a little bit of ignorance and then you'll start to fall.
There are very few masculine men left, and I think a lot of them have this way of thinking that it's a zero-sum game. If some masculine guy comes to my level from below, if he comes to my level, he will dethrone me, he will surpass me, and I'll be taking his previous place. Like, this is not exactly how it works. It's a positive sum game. You are a
Yeah, it
masculine
is.
guy. You can influence a lot of soy boys to become masculine. Like, what
Also,
exactly? This is what you are doing, right?
yeah, also I have learned this one thing. I blame myself for learning it a bit. Like, taking too long to learn this. The thing is that when you see like the other person in the room is a G, you don't necessarily need to act like a threat to him. You can always like
You can be an
offer
alliance.
him. Yeah, like you can just like I have observed this in the gym mostly. Like a lot of dudes don't smile at each other. They are just looking each other in the eye, and then suddenly after a few days you see them fighting with each other, like literal
You know,
physical fights.
more than two people looking at each other in the eyes, I think it is more common that no one looks at anyone's face. While
Yeah.
let's say one guy is going from left to right, one is going from right to left. If they cross, they won't be looking at each other. They'll be looking at the ground. What do you think is the reason? Do they think that I'll be intimidating him if I look at his face, or they lack the confidence to look at the other person in their eye?
See, what I believe is there are two type of men when we talk about this specific situation. Like there are men who are not afraid to pick up a fight.
Yeah.
And there are men who are afraid to accept that they are a pussy. So they just avoid that situation, like I won't look at him so that he can't look back at me, and I don't have to look away so that he won't know that I am a pussy. So in that way I can fool him and myself too. And then I can go home and sleep peacefully knowing that I am a pseudo like brave man.
The world thinks that I'm a brave man, but I know that I'm a pussy. But people
Yeah.
are okay with it.
Also, yeah, like there is also a new breed of man coming up. I would term as like pseudo masculine. They're trying to act
I get
something which they are not,
Yeah.
but there are some flaws which they are covering on their own.
Yeah. No, that's
And
for
then
sure,
when
man. Everyone is projecting something.
yeah, I see a lot of men like around me doing things like, you know, when you talk to them for a while and like, you know, there is something which is hidden inside and they themselves know it and they are fooling themselves. And this is something like women will find it very hard to understand. Like there is something broken in this being, and then the only way they can know it like by spending years with that man, and that will be too late.
That's true. Because I know exactly what you're talking about, and knowing that, I know that if you know a person like this, it's like a complete jigsaw puzzle with one piece missing. There is something missing, and it is hard to figure out from a third person perspective that what is missing. But something there's the frequency isn't matching. It's not a constructive wave. Like, you know, I think even the person is unaware of what's exactly going on. It needs very thorough introspection to get to that last missing jigsaw piece. I think most men are incapable of that.
Like it is a very important part. You just can't skip anything from being a man. Like I am a strong man and whatever, but I just don't have this one small thing. Like this is not how it works.
If you're a man, you're a complete man. You're not a trans
Yeah.
man.
Uh,
Trans masculine. Wow. That sounds horrible.
I don't know, like I believe somebody will come up with this term like I now identify as trans masculine.
Yeah, I know I'm a pussy, but the world thinks I'm masculine, so I'm trans masculine. You know what you know what we are doing? We are not trolling anyone. We are giving them ideas.
I don't know, like most of like some of them can pick it up. Like Twitter is full of such people.
Well, people
Even
can make a
so
course
many-
on this episode. Who knows?
Yeah, also like there are a lot of accounts coming up on Twitter, like they'll put anything, like literally anything in front of or either in like before or after the word masculine, and they'll create account, and then like a new group comes up.
People are messing around with a single word and creating different identities. Everyone is posting the same stuff. And I think
Yeah.
most people are not even thorough with what exactly they're talking about. Because people will throw in some ridiculous shit and then, hide it with this phrase, will not explain. I know Illimitable Man started this. Illimitable Man. But that guy makes sense, okay? It's not like he's unaware of what he's talking about. He knows exactly what he's talking about, and he wants you to think about it.
Also, the thing with will not explain is that out of 1 out of 10 times you need to explain, and when you explain, people know by that explanation, this shit. So this is the proof, the other 9 times which you used it, makes sense, but you can't do it 10 on 10 and never explain anything. Then obviously you don't know it.
I recently had a conversation with Bowtied Leviathan, and he brought in an excellent point about Red Pill. The problem with Red Pill is, I think even you know this, that Red Pill is meant to be left at some point of time. You will extract something from Red Pill, and then you have to abandon it. That is how you grow. But while a person is into Red Pill philosophy, so Red Pill gurus, most importantly, these guys are the antagonist of the story. They will throw in some shit like take action. If you're not taking action, you're not good, you're not worth anything, some ridiculous shit like that. And they are unaware of what is the mental state of the person who is reading this. So for example, it is meant for an average guy who's into self-improvement. So he's scrolling Twitter and he'll see this tweet and he'll get going. This is the motive behind this, but that's not exactly how it goes. So for example, a depressed guy looks at that tweet. If you're not taking action, you are not working or something like that, and that the dude will commit suicide. Like, you wanted me to take action, here we go.
That is not a good take, not funny. Don't do suicide.
Yeah, see, I'm by no means I'm promoting suicide, guys. It's horrible. Please don't do it. But yeah, you get the point. This is exactly what the new masculine gurus are doing. Yeah,
see, it's been a while. A few months ago, I posted something against Red Pill on my account, and I have found 2 accounts attacking me. Those are some popular accounts attacking me right away. First Red Pill gives some things to people, and then when they are at when they became something, they start attacking the Red Pill itself. And I was like, come on, guys, you can't just don't be a pussy.
They're stuck with the ideology. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Previously, what we were talking about, that people will get some numbers, get some followers, and they will base their entire personality around it. Same for semen retention, same for Red Pill. Red Pill is game changing for a guy who is very new into self-improvement. Agreed. It has changed my life. It gives you a new perspective, and new perspective is what is necessary in the early stages of self-improvement. But Red Pill gets toxic very soon.
Yes,
and these guys
also,
are not
if
ready
you
to
are
believe
low
it.
on, if you lack critical thinking, then it is very toxic for a man, because you just can't, learn about a few things and few basic rules, and then you can live by them all your life. Especially something like Red Pill, it won't get you somewhere good, and it will 100% fuck your relationships with women.
Oh, exactly. Because okay, I might sound like a blue pill guy, as they say, but Red Pill is too much objectification of women. Too much. Boundless. Women are good for one purpose, that is procreation. That is all. This is what Red Pill teaches. Okay, don't take this out of context.
Yeah, but see, Red Pill is very good if you want to get laid. But what
you
after
want
that?
Empty, shallow relationships, Red Pill is your way to go. You want deeper, meaningful relationships, you need to understand basic psychology. You need to be a man first.
Yeah, and you need to understand what it is to be a man and a woman, and then how the intergender dynamics part, and then you will know why are you on this earth and what you need to do, what is your part, and what is the woman's part who will be in your life.
It starts a sort of chain reaction of self-exploration, I'd say. And it comes after Red Pill.
Yeah, very true.
Red Pill is sort of an echo chamber. What you're speaking, you will hear what you want to hear. It's a very confined space. There are the same ideas that are evolving, and people are getting happy when they get approval within the Red Pill community. But it's a very limiting perspective. Once you get out of Red Pill,
every man should know when to get in and when exactly to get out of that.
100%. 100%. Most people don't get out of red pill, and then they end up identifying themselves as red pill philosopher. I don't know if there's a guy of this name. I'm not dissing you. I don't know you. But
like Reddit Anon. Like probably starting a community or like Twitter page with something like red pill or also like what is very concerning is that so many broken people are like guiding other men. That is not good. Like I'm not saying like everyone is perfect or something, like people know things, but at least you should learn or take advices from someone who is on the right path.
You know, this reminds me of something like people like to idolize people. Okay.
Yeah.
And what they'll do is they'll have one idol and they'll take everything there is to learn from him, including the pros and cons. This is not the best way to, you know, gain information. For me, what has worked is select a group of people. There are some people who have specialized in certain fields. Okay, so there's X who specializes in A, Y, B, Z, and C. So instead of, you know, completely making yourself a clone of one person that is taking his all plus and minus, select a group of people, take the plus from everyone. Again, this requires very heavy self-introspection. Only then you'll realize what are your insecurities. And people sell on insecurities. So you need to know what to take from which person. Do not accept 100% of everyone's view. This also doesn't mean that if there's a person who has certain retarded takes on some topics, that this doesn't mean there is nothing to learn from him. The example is Nassim Nicholas Taleb. I don't know how to pronounce his surname. You know the writer?
Oh no, I don't.
Okay, yeah. So he wrote a book. It's called Skin in the Game. Okay, it's a beautiful book.
Okay, I have heard about the book.
Yeah, so the author of that. So that book is excellent. It is his one of the finest work. But that man, he has turned into complete retard in the past 2 years. He's like anti-Bitcoin, pro-mandates, pro-vaccine. That is a topic for a different episode, but you get the point. He's completely CCP, CCP mood.
I got a thought in my head. Like it is not possible for every man to get to a certain level and understand every personality and then take the positive parts. Like it is quite hard. Like I have talked to a lot of men like coming for help in my DMs, and most of the time they are like, what should I do, and what is good and what is bad. Like they don't get it, like how they can judge a person. So they first need to work on something which helps them to identify the good part and the bad part of any personality, and then they can use that to qualify someone or some man and then learn from them.
Why go for any other personality? Find the good part and the bad part of yourself. I think that will be much more helpful. And once you figure that out, as previously I mentioned, insecurities. Once you are aware of your insecurities, you get hold of it. And no one will be able to take advantage of it later on.
Also, like men need to be very emotionally strong. Like I have seen like a man like his girl was richer than him, obviously due to her father, and she was experienced, like traveled a lot, been to a lot of like expensive places, and that guy was not in that league, in her league, I would say. And then she used to tell him, like that guy, that you don't know this. And she used to teach him in a positive way, like do this in this way, like do this in this way. And then she acted like his mother. But then after a while she started telling him, like, you know, you don't do this thing. Just because the guy denied to accept what she was saying. You are insecure about this thing. You don't want to live through this because you are insecure. To hide your insecurity, you are not doing this. And this was something like a man needs to be very, strongly bound to their beliefs and choices, so that they can not be manipulated into like you are insecure about something which you are not. Like somebody can't come and say like you have this insecurity. You don't know, but you have it. And this is like a big bullshit. Like he fell into it and then he was like fucked up for a month, and then he came in the DMs. Then I was like, come on, bro, like you can't just believe her and get a new insecurity out of nowhere inside you.
The important takeaway point is he a Twitter guru yet?
No, not yet.
Has he opened an masculine account? Because I loved your perspective on this. Heartbreak is the biggest creator of Twitter gurus. It's so true.
Also, like, see, all the men after heartbreak, okay, except 1 or 2%, all the men after our heartbreak, they go on the right path, but they miss on a few things. Like, they just start and then they go and they just get off track and they start growing in total different direction with some flaws, and those flaws keeps they stay in them, and they just keep nurturing and getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And when they find out after a few years, like, it's too late to fix them, it is part of their personality now and they can't fix it.
Yeah, I've seen this way too often, man. I remember some memes about this, like after the heartbreak, a woman eats more ice cream, gets fat, goes to social media and stuff.
I posted it on my Instagram.
Yeah, it was you. Yeah, okay. Yeah, like, you are the main supplier of masculine memes to me. Then there's a guy after the breakup. He gets jacked. He gets rich. He gets all the girls. Natural progression.
Yeah, also, most of the dudes get like physically jacked and all, but it is very hard for men to move on mentally. Like, I have seen a lot of men, like, in fact, like nearly all men, they never move on in that way. Like, they don't get affected by it. They just grow a thick skin and they accept the reality.
Yeah.
That, like, this thing happened, but they never move on from that thing. Like, the wound is always there in their heart. So this is something like most people need to deal with.
You know, I think it's if it was your first experience with a girl and you get broken, I don't know one person who was able to 100% move on from it. 100%. There's always something clinging back. There's always this, even if you forget everything the person said or the person felt, there's this little moments, subtle moments that you tend to remember. I don't know. I don't have words to express that.
After a few girls, you just know, like, that specific part, like that wound which is there, it is like only made of lies, and it was nothing but just like a dream you were living in, a fake dream which was created to fool you at the end. And even though, like, whatever the reason was to that the thing ended between the man and the woman, the thing is that if she was supposed to be with you, she would have been with you right now. But if that thing ended, like, that's the good thing.
This is a good perspective to have, that if it has happened, it was supposed to happen.
Yeah. Also, like, this also helps you to get rid of a lot of unwanted burden which you shouldn't have in the first place.
That's
also
true.
Like, and this is a very good thing with people who believe in God. Like, if they can just believe in this thing, like, that God is with me and he wants the best for me, so they can just leave most of the things on God and they can live peacefully.
Like, if you're supposed to get a girl, you will get a girl. If it's written, you believe in God, if there's destiny, you will get it. Like, I think it was, I quote you a lot in real life, okay? I'll be honest. It's an honest confession. Not necessarily I take the credit, okay? No, I mean, while masculinifying people, I tend to give a lot of lectures. So, okay, suppose I'm hanging out with friends. Suppose there are 4 friends, and I'll be addressing the 3. They'll be listening. This is basically how it goes. I'm a micro level Jordan Peterson these days. I love lecturing people. Lecturing not in a boring way. I tend to make it very interesting. If any college wants me to address their people, I'm open for it. DMs are open.
Yeah, but like, see, I don't know. You are like very similar to me.
That's true. I can agree on that.
How do you like blend in?
Oh, that's... for this specific topic, I think we should have a conversation with Lord Psycho someday. Because this is the only thing that we talk about all day. Like, people are so dumb, man. People are so dumb. It's so hard to blend in. Who the fuck cares about anime? I've saw some children talking about, hey, don't give me the spoiler, man. You're spoiling. Go away, Shu. What the fuck? Who cares?
Yeah.
Who cares about the spoilers? What are you talking about? What is this universe? You saw that tweet, the screenshot that's been floating around, that Russia banned Pornhub and asked people
I saw
to
that.
go and meet people. That was so hilarious, and based Russia.
Yeah, see, there is something about Russia. Like, I believe they are hiding something and out of that hidden part, something leaks out, and that turns out into a meme.
Yeah.
So the majority of Russia is very based, and they are hiding it from all of us.
I tend to believe this.
Yeah, a few days ago, I was, when I need to watch memes or something funny, I go on YouTube and I type like Russian memes.
Okay.
And like those are different level. Like they are like, firing missiles or doing blast or fighting with each other or something.
Do you use Reddit?
No, I don't. I just started it. Like I read your post on the symposium and then I started Reddit.
There's this subreddit called A Normal Day in Russia. I think you're gonna love this. It's all about the shit that Russians think is normal, but it is at a whole different level for the entire world.
Okay, I'll just like join it.
Yeah, join that subreddit. Highly recommended. Russians are so base people, man. Yeah, this is true that some information gets leaked, like for example banning Pornhub or banning video games. It gets into the Sigma category for the Western world.
Yeah, recently there was a news article in which they have circulated some images from a mansion which probably belonged to Putin, and he was having like hot tubs and strip bars or something like that.
Yeah. I saw that.
And I was like, all right, Putin is like up to some things.
I don't know what to feel about Vladimir Putin. He's a cold-blooded psychopath, but I admire him a lot.
I am very interested in him, not in that, obviously no.
I get your point.
You
see, it's so weird times that even if you're admiring someone, you have to specify that it's not in that way.
Yeah, I want to know more. Like that is the type of person you want to sit with and have talks on things. What do you think about this? What do you think about this? I get the same thing for Andrew Tate. He,
yeah, 100%.
He's very most of the men will feel this. They genuinely want to listen to him. Usually he talks sense. He's a great guy.
I recently got this exact same feeling while watching one of Tate's speech. Exactly this. I want to hang out with this guy, man.
You gotta be a G for that. Also, yeah, and the thing, I was watching, he was, I believe, reacting to my mom's podcast or something, something named like that. That video was hilarious. It was damn good.
You've seen his video. He was reacting to this. Who are those two actors? Will Smith,
and her bitch.
And his wife. His wife.
Yeah, who cheated on him.
They were talking, and Tate was reacting to this. Have you seen that video?
Yeah.
It was hilarious. He has some different eyeballs. He notices things that we think it's normal, but then he notices it. He explains what is the reason, and it's mind blowing.
Yeah, recently I have been learning this, and there's a friend of mine. I have been mentoring him from since a lot of years, and so thing is, what happened approx 1 year ago, I started this thing observing people and breaking down why they did something and why are they reacting in this particular way. And the way we are reacting to Tate right now, this is the exact way that friend reacted to me. Wow, you know so much stuff. And that is just like
we are in this journey, so it's hard for us to look back, like how far we've come. We've come a long way, and there's a longer way to go. But
everybody says that to me in real life. Like literally, like there are 2-3 people who have literally like, yeah, this is a very common thing with men I have seen, like who grow at a very fast pace. Like they cut off people very fast.
Yeah, it's important.
Like it's in around 2 years, like my whole circle changes, like the outer circle and the inner circle remains the same, like which is basically 3 people.
Yeah, even three is if the 3 are the real ones, I think it's a blessing from God. Getting 3 real people is tough, very tough.
No, like including me.
That's reasonable now. 2 is
like
reasonable.
No, like that completes the circle, right? Like
yeah, that's reasonable.
Well, so let's get back to the topic.
Yeah,
Simp.
okay.
How not to be a simp.
Masculine Sage, a question for you. How do you define a simp?
Well, a simp is a man who hasn't earned anything in his life. Yeah, like, yeah, we should call him a man. Just unarmed.
Okay. Male.
Like he don't have. Yeah. Okay, we'll go with male. Yeah, like a simp is a male. A simp is a male. I'll go with man. A simp is a man. Okay, so like who has not earned anything solid in his life. So all he is just a hollow, I would say, hollow statue, which he tries to fool himself about, like this is a man. He thinks he's a man, but he ain't, because he ain't got anything which makes a male a man.
That's an interesting
you gotta
perspective.
You gotta earn a lot of things, like honor, self-respect is built on its way as you make yourself. Like you don't learn self-respect, you just develop it on its own. And then we can take honor, we can take strength, we can take anything. Like you need to have everything, like social intelligence, emotional intelligence. IQ is like more of a genetic thing, but you need to be smart at least, and you should understand how things work. You should understand how women work. You should understand business, how to make money, how to deal with people, how to deal with self-doubt, like everything. You just can't say like I don't know this. It is acceptable that you say that I am learning and I am willing to learn or improve, but it is total bullshit if you say like it is okay if I don't grow. Like come on, don't be a dumb loser.
Yeah, I was gonna say don't be a simp, but that's exactly what we're talking about.
I was gonna say like don't be a bitch, but it's like come on.
Again, cross-referencing. I think this was Bombay Boy's tweet. Like, a man is a bitch when he's being a pussy. A woman is a bitch when she's being a dick. See, how accurate is that?
Yeah, I believe he's seriously underrated. Like, he needs, like, more of men needs to read what he has to say or write. Like, the man, Bombay Boy, and Man Think Smart. These 2 accounts, like, I read them a lot, and they are, like, super based. They just give it straight to the face.
That's how it's supposed to be. I think that is what makes them what they are. No fluff.
Yeah, also like I try to keep my content a lot filtered because there are a lot of women following me on Instagram, and I don't want to like,
Yeah, I get it.
If you use a lot of harshness of like it, and the like,
you need to maintain a balance.
The reality in its true face, then it's gonna turn women into men.
That's true. And that is exactly what we're preaching against.
Yeah, like if you'll go and tell women like all men want, mostly like 99% of the time, all they want is sex in the end.
Yeah.
And if you'll tell them this and they just like
they lose their faith from humanity.
Yeah, and then it will get very hard for their man to like get them in that phase. Like if you'll go and like give her flowers or something like anything which will try to make her feel good. Like obviously like not every other girl, probably your wife or something, but at that time you don't want her to say like come on, like you just want sex in that, like it will fuck up.
Big time. You know, a great man once wrote, a man with no game, a simp is a man with no game other than rolling out the red carpet for every female. And the great man was Nishmeet Arora.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you, like, this is good, very good.
Let's put the simp topic on a hold, because I want to talk about something really important. Me and Lord Psycho, we've been wondering, how the hell have you been able to produce so much content consistently every fucking day? How many tweets do you tweet every day? Like 4, 5, 6, 7?
9, 8 or 9.
Yeah. See, I follow you on Instagram and you post all your tweets there, and it's like every day in couple of hours a new tweet comes and it's something different. But all around it's on the same topic about masculinity. How do you produce so much content?
like कुछ दिनों से हाई फ्यूरी वाले टाइम से, okay?
Yeah.
तब से I'm not posting tweets on Instagram. It is like automated. Okay.
Yeah.
Then before that it was, I just post 40% of my tweets on Instagram. Like if I post somewhere around 7 or 8 on Twitter. And that was also before high fury, because at that time I used to post 5 or 6. Which that too when I am like awake and there was nothing in the night. But after high fury you can just like for 15 days I was using that trial pack, so I had everything. So then I got used to like posting in the night too, and then I had a like posting plan, then I had to fill those out. Alright, so from those days it is coming, and before that I was producing way less content than this. Also, the main thing how I can produce content is like I have also like told you, see, I started observing people and breaking their personality and why they do things and this and that. So this has gave me like, it is a part of me now. Like I don't see what people are doing, I just read them. Alright, and if you'll start looking at everyone around you, they are fucked up. Like if you'll try to place yourself like you are somewhere around very close to top 3 or top 4%, you just need to look down on the peasants and you just need to give advice to them, and just don't tell them, write it on Twitter. That is your tweet.
Because it's really fascinating, man. It's not like there are a lot of topics that you can talk about, but you don't. You stick to masculinity and still you produce so much content. You truly deserve all the followers you get and more. Hats off.
Followers are like, look, see, it doesn't matter the followers thing. Thing is, what matters to me is that I need to save men and make money. Making money is still at the second thing. The thing is like, if you'll give something good out there, something good will come to you. I believe in this. So like, yeah, like I help a lot of men, and like they are like, like you mentioned, we were talking about like all the testimonials you see.
Yeah.
I don't do things like just because like I want something for myself. This is something like I had this from the starting in my mind. Like I need to help men. And I started helping men way before I started the masculine sage. Like as we all do in your real life. So this is something like you need to, when you do something which makes you feel good, or like which satisfies your soul, like this is something which makes me happy, or which makes my inner self complete. Like you gotta do something good, or you gotta give something good out there to the world. It's
a greater goal for the greater good.
Yeah.
Wow. Never really thought about this from this deep perspective.
See, after my first heartbreak, I was like dead selfish. Alright, for a part of time. And at that time I was like behaving like a dick to my best friends, like even like very close people, like that circle which I have right now of 3 peoples. Like I haven't talked to those 2 peoples like who are in my inner circle for at least 8 or 9 months. Like who the fuck are you? Like why I should come and talk to you? Like something in that sense. But then out of like, I don't know like how this happened, like this thing came in my head like stop being a dick. Alright, then I went and then I apologized for being a dick, and then I started building everything like that, friendship or bonds and everything. And from there I have like realized like that is the zero from where today like we are at the masculine sage state.
Wow. One heck of a journey. But as we just said, it all. You've been advising this a lot lately on Instagram. I've seen this. Like, people ask for your advice, like how to be masculine. You say, get a heartbreak. What? What? This is the most practical advice I've ever heard. But there are catches to it.
You can't teach a man reality. If you live through reality, you know how it is. And a woman who doesn't loves you is the best way to like understand reality.
100%.
Because like this can't happen with a girl who loves you, because she will, woman makes your life so much better if she is the right one. But if you are not the like complete version of yourself, or at least like on the right path, like if you are just a boy and you end up with the right woman, you will fuck her life and then she'll fuck yours. Does that make sense?
That's pretty dark, but it makes sense. It is ground reality. The thing we try to convey with some fluff because it's too outrageous for the common public.
Yeah, and see, a man, see, I've seen a lot of men like who go through heartbreaks and they just figure out, see, like at this stage, after like, after a like little bit of experience with girls, okay, I can, or like most men, just create love.
Yeah.
Like how to make someone fall in love with you, like strong, real love. And that is just like fascinating for a lot of them. Like, I don't know, like if just like probably I can understand, like I understand intergender dynamics, how women behave and all that. So maybe it is easy for me to do some things, or like, manipulate a woman into love. A lot of men do this and this shouldn't be done, because like, see, it is more worse than using a girl for like physical stuff, like sex thing. Like if you like, if you break someone from like their soul thing, because women are too attached to someone they love, especially like the male counterpart. And if that thing breaks in a woman, like this is why it is very important you shouldn't be with heartbroken woman, because you like there is something like there was a movie like Twilight, and there was alpha imprinting something in that. Have you watched those?
No.
Okay, so okay, there is a thing, I believe like they talked about something like this, like there is a alpha in wolves, okay,
yeah,
and then he imprints woman.
Okay.
See, it's more like if a alpha is with a woman, then he leaves marks on that woman.
Okay.
The woman is forever his, like she belongs to him all his life, even if he is not part of her life.
Yeah, I think I've experienced this. I know what you're saying. There's always the presence. Once you're completely emotionally attached, a woman is completely emotionally attached to you, she will always be connected to you, even if you haven't talked for years.
Also, there is, see, the basic thing which we talk about on Twitter. The thing is, if you focus on yourself and building your life and fixing your life, even Tate said it, like, if you want to be a man in a woman's life, then you need to have all your shit at the right place. And if you can do that, she will trust you for her shit. If you don't have your life on track, then no woman is gonna trust you or something. So even if you pretend to working on yourself, they will love it. And with guys like us, the thing is like we are actually doing the work. And like women are amazing, but you just don't need to think in a sexual way. The moment you will start learn to look at women in a non-sexual way and admire that thing, you have like finally figured out how to behave like a man in front of a woman. As long as you can't get out of that sexual desire thing, you are still a simp.
Well, this episode was supposed to go towards psychology of a simp. We've diverted, and there's not a lot of time left. So let's come to the main topic, the main question that we had to answer. We'll be answering that now. A person realizes that he is a simp. How does that person stop being a simp? What's the process? What should he follow? What are your advices? Go on. Mike is
Alright.
yours.
The first thing I will advise to someone like that is that cut off every desire or expectations you want from a woman who is just a part of your life for the sexual attraction you have towards her. It can, or that sexual attraction includes emotional needs of yours from a woman. So cut off those, first thing. Second thing, you need to build some self-respect, and you can't just learn it, you can only earn it. So start working on yourself, build some value, and have some goals. And always prioritize your goals before anyone, be it a man or especially a woman. This will benefit you in two ways. Like women will get attracted to you for this very fact. And second thing is you will actually get closer to your goals every day because you actually prioritize it and put in the work. So this will result very well in the long term for you. So these are two things. And the third thing is you need to stay away from simp friends, or to conclude it, every exposure you get towards the simp environment, it can be your friends, it can be your communities which you are a part of online.
It can be Instagram.
Can be Instagram. Also, most of it is mainly other simp dudes. They are caught up in their lust thing, and then they sexualize every other woman, and they can't get it. So then they fall into the trap of porn, and then they start again.
Yeah.
The same cycle. They are attracted to someone, then again porn, they can't get her, then again they start. So it is like a spiral. You don't want to get caught in that. So just identify who is trying to pull you into something bad and just cut them off. This is very basic and a very very useful skill for you to cut people off who are of no value in your life.
Truth. Absolutely truth. Once you've taken the path of self-improvement, the most important point is cut off people. Cut off people. Don't be irrational about it. You must be rational about it. You need to know what are the good influences, what are the bad influences. Cut off bad influences ruthlessly. They don't care about you. That's why they are bad influence, and neither should you care about them. Just cut them off. The smaller the circle, the more peaceful it is.
Yeah, it is. Also, do not let women escape the bubble of being a woman in your life. You should treat women like they are women in your life. If you expect manhood or masculine energy, masculine support, or anything which is masculine from a woman, she'll fuck you up. You can't take advices from a woman. You can't ask a woman how to talk to a woman.
Also, most of the men in India, instead of they want a girlfriend, okay, but they don't want a partner in their girlfriend. They want a mother in their girlfriend. They want someone to take care of them.
No,
this is destined. This is destined towards a heartbreak.
Well, I see. Most men want sex. They don't want girlfriends or mothers. Alright, it can be true. The majority of them want sex because they are too desperate, and this is due to the things they are getting exposed to from a very early age, which is, I would say, Instagram. There are thoughts everywhere. Then you will say even ads on educational websites are soft porn. Then there is also a lot of mainstream soft porn going around. And even if you go to tier 1 cities, one of my subscribers taught me this.
What? Didn't get it.
This is you pronounce tear as tear.
Yeah.
I used to pronounce it as tire.
Who called you out?
It was one of my subscriber. He trolled me. In fact, you can't even pronounce this. What type of masculine man you can be, and fuck off with this and that. And I was like, all right, he makes sense. I need to learn this. I don't know. See, also there is a thing with elite. Okay.
Yeah.
I always pronounced it as elite.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And a city which is very close to me have a square which is elite square.
Okay. And it is
and
pronounced
it's
as
not
elite.
Yeah, it's not elite. So I was genuinely believed into this is elite, and I was saying elite everywhere. And I was all right, they're dumb. Then I thought, okay, I'll call it elite from now on.
This is something similar happened to me while I was talking to Indian woman. She instead of saying people, she says pupils. And initially I thought, pupils, is she a teacher or something like that? Then I got to know, okay, she means people.
Alright, so where are we? So if you go to tier 1 cities, there are lots of women who are genuinely brainwashed into exposing their skin too much.
They think it is empowered. That they think it is empowerment.
Empowered to be
to be a slut.
What do you call that? When men masturbate thinking of you. What do you say to that? Majority of simps do that. People come to me and tell me and that's dumb. Literally dumb. Come on, man up. I can understand they can't get a girl and all, but the fact that a lot of stupid categories on porn sites exist is a clear indicator of what type of lows simps touch every day.
You see, it's the baseline level of the dopamine receptor. It has went so high that even let's say it's a progression. For example, a person starts with soft porn, he thinks, oh wow, okay, dopamine hit, wow. Then he gets used to it. Now he wants hardcore.
Yeah, totally makes sense, I guess.
Then he gets dopamine kick from hardcore, and soft it doesn't make sense. He won't feel anything. Then that is why these weird categories exist. Why do you think that the most trending topics or porn sites, it's incest? It's disgusting. But this is what people are watching because they've fallen so low that incest is what turns them on.
Well, I believe that is terrifying. That is
terrifying. This has the potential to disrupt the entire societal system as we know it.
Yeah, in fact, it has showing its effects to a good extent. Most of the guys I know, they know someone say there are affairs, middle-aged women are having affairs with random men outside of their marriage, and the fact this is a common thing is very concerning about the stability of the society.
I didn't know that this is very, very common. I mean, I know that this happens, but is it common?
It is. Come on. I would say if there are 10 localities in a city, then 3 or 4 of them have such women.
Wow, that's horrible.
Come on, you have moved to a very, very good city with a good potential for such things. You will get to know you.
Of course.
Or even if you'll start to read people like Tate did, or after a while you can just see or look into a woman's eyes and you'll know there is something some guilt in her.
Do you think that women feel guilty after cheating on someone?
Yes, they do.
Or they are those cold-blooded psychopaths as Red Pill likes to portray them?
No, see, women are very virtuous. Okay, they try very hard to be on the right path, but the fact is that their emotions are their enemies most of the time. So when they are in that very strong emotion. They are like literally blind regarding what is right and wrong. Then they get in the act, and then after that they feel guilty. Like this is the reason like most women cry or feel bad about like after getting into hookups with random people. And then
Okay.
after a few hundred dicks, like they just turn like they just turn, you know, they get desensitized for it.
Yeah.
Like recently I
makes
shared
sense.
a reel on my Instagram, and that the girl was asked by a gynecologist like how many like sexual partners you are active with.
Yeah, she was thinking like
Yeah.
I'm counting that one.
Yeah, and that was like come on, you can't be just a hoe on internet.
Yeah, man. It's deeply saddening to what state of society we've come to, but
I don't know. Let's see. This is also a very strange thing. Like I don't feel sad about such things. When I see a degenerate like going even lower in their standards and acts, I enjoy it. Like enjoy it in a way like if I see a simp going behind a woman and like finally
man.
they are committed.
Simps are
And-
fun.
Yeah,
look
then
at.
then I'm like, okay, now this will turn out very good. Someday he's gonna get like I have seen people like especially men getting
It's a
slapped.
ticking time bomb.
Yeah, like in my college, I have seen a man getting slapped by a girl, and that girl was like a literal hoe. All right, like yeah,
okay.
it was like it was 14 Feb, which is like coming like very soon. He bought some rose or something, but as she was like angry with him due to something which happened last night over the text, and then he gave the rose and shit. Like she thrown the rose and like slapped him in front of like a lot of, including me, and it was like good. Men should make only one woman feel special.
Yeah.
Like if you do it with your like girlfriends, like you're fucking it up.
Okay, well, masculine sage. What we thought initially was gonna be the subject of the topic, we barely touched it, but who cares? We are here for a conversation and we had it. So thank you for coming to Send Dudes. Thank you for spending your time.
Sand dude, it's like it's like my second home. Like I've been.
Yeah.
I love being here. Like
It's like, bro, let's talk. Let's talk over a recording.
yeah,
It's fun, man.
it's good. Like I like you. You're like good. Very like you're like good. I just can't describe it. You're very good. Like if I am a teacher, you are my favorite student,
Yeah.
kind of thing. You know, like he is always biased toward that one kid. You are that kid.
I get what you're saying, but on Twitter, I'm kind of against this good student and stuff. But okay, I get the emotions that you're trying to convey.
Yeah.
Thank you, man. It's hard for a masculine figure to convey emotions. I get it.
No, see, I have unlearned it.
Mm-hmm.
Thing is that when you are raised and you are not taught how you should
Yeah.
be, then you end up in the wrong company, and then they say like it is okay to be like gay, like I call it being gay. Okay, it is like
Yeah, of course. It's okay to cry. No, it's gay.
yeah, like I can't be like oh Nishmeet, I love you man, and this and that, and that's gay. Like you don't have to say all that. It is like men get it. You just look them in the eye and say like I love you, bro. Like I love you even
I
as
just
gay.
gave you a G nod.
Yeah, like that makes sense. Like that makes true sense.
Yes.
That is how men should communicate. Like they just know each other and they understand.
It's subtle. Yeah.
There are a lot of things you should like leave for women.
All right, man. Thank you for coming. I hope our audience learned a lot from this episode. Thank you
It's
for giving
been a
us the
pleasure,
time.
man. Thanks for having me on the podcast.
Thank you, Masculine Sage. Thank you.